Okay, dive into science training video take one.
What's happening, world? All right, guys. I'm Jason. Those of you that don't know me, hi. And we're gonna go over. So, welcome, by the way, to dive into science training. Most of you guys, I think, have done most of the experiments from this. Um, you're probably familiar with some of them too. I would imagine, teaching middle school science, you're probably doing a lot. Sweet. You're you are a hero. 4-year-olds, you can have them. All right, so we're gonna go through this thing really quick. If we have questions and stuff, feel free to ask and stuff, and then I'll try to explain everything. And then if you, if you guys want to try some of the stuff too, that's totally fine. So this is all about oceans and all about the deep seas, right? And it's not just like the critters we might find there, but it's also all about the sea, like pressure. So we're gonna do a little exploration. The smoothest. Yeah, you know what I was talking about that the other day. Yes. So let's get started. So first off, my 3 rules, right? You guys know the rules. What's mad science rule number 1? We're not taking back to do something not taking back to the worst thing you hear worst thing you know the best you get on the best Wow. Raise your hand. Hey, what are we gonna do if we have a question? Raise your hand. Oh, this is how every show goes, isn't it? Oh, that's perfect. Awesome. Yes, you got it. Yes, please raise your hand. Please don't talk while I'm talking. That's fine. I can't tell. All right. Wow, you really don't need coffee. Let me keep this over here. All right. So, mad science rule number 2. Does anybody have any idea what my second rule might be? What do you think? Don't touch your stuff. Don't touch my stuff unless I ask you to. Guys, there are things up here that can be kind of dangerous if we don't know how to use them. So please don't touch anything up here unless I ask you to. Now that brings me to the third rule. And it is the most important rule. Does anybody have a guess?
One scientist at a time.
Oh, let's make that part of my first rule. Okay. My third rule. It's 2 words.
Have fun. There you go.
What kind of a rule is have fun? It's an awesome third rule. Oh, way to go, guys. All right. So let's do some science now. We know our 3 rules. Do you guys think we can have fun today?
Oh yeah.
I need everybody to say the rules that way. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Have fun. Good Lord. All right. So let's imagine we're gonna go to the deep sea and do some exploring. What is something you might need to go to into the ocean? Oxygen! Yeah, why would that be important for us? Because you can't breathe in the water. Yeah. How do fish survive in the water? I don't know. You're a scientist, you tell me. So, you're right. So we need oxygen to survive. What else do we need?
Submarine.
We need a submarine. What does a submarine do for us?
It pushes us around.
Believes you. It does help us. And it also might keep our oxygen there also, right? And yeah, some goggles, right? And like the snorkel's gonna help us maybe with a little bit of some oxygen. But yeah, if we're gonna go really, really deep, like this guy over here said, this isn't gonna do us a whole lot of good, is it? So we're gonna need like something like a submarine. Scuba gear is gonna help us some flippers to help us swim around too, right? All right. I have some ideas of things, but let's go back to the submarine thing. A submarine's not only going to help us like to breathe, right? It's not only going to bring the oxygen with us. It's going to also protect us from pressure. Did you know that there's such thing as water pressure? Anybody ever go swimming down? Perfect. You should start saying that. Everybody gets donut. Everybody gets donut. So, all right. So we have our we need to be protected from all of that pressure, right? Now you guys can probably feel the pressure. If you're swimming in the deep end, you feel that pressure. But what if I told you right now you are under pressure. Now, at the bottom of our ocean of air, everybody make a circle with your fingers like this. And here's your gang signs. It gets even better. Put that circle on your arm like this. Inside that circle are 14.7 pounds of air pressure. Do you feel 14.7 pounds of air pressure on that circle?
No.
I don't know. We're pretty used to it, aren't we? Now, you guys, I tell you what though. We're gonna see. We don't feel that pressure, but we're gonna do some experiments to figure out what that kind of pressure can do. So now, normally I like to bring a pop bottle along with me. It makes this next little bit a lot funnier. I'm gonna give you guys a pop quiz. I thought it was funny. All right. So what is in my bottle here?
Nothing.
Oh! I don't see anything. But so okay, that's a good point. How do you know there's particles?
Particles.
How do you know there's air in my bottle?
What is there?
So we're going to take our bottle and all this air in here. We are going to actually take some of the air out. But we're going to do it a little bit scientifically, a little bit differently. So I want you guys to remember something while I do this. That when things get hot, they expand. So when things get hot, what do? Exactly, they get bigger, right? So we're going to take a little bit of our water here. It's going to be hot enough. We're going to pour some alcohol on this part. It is hot water. So we're going to put a little bit of water in there. Now this hot water, it's heating up the air that's inside of this bottle. And as that air heats up, it is expanding. Which means that it's becoming less dense. And in fact, it's expanding so much, some of it even is coming out here. So we're going to, that's probably good enough. Heat it up in there. We're going to dump that hot water out. Capture that warm air that is expanded, right? And it's going to start shrinking. So all of that air, it's expanded. It has the same pressure as all the air around us. But now we're going to cool it off quickly. In fact, you can see it already starting to shrink. So we're going to put it underneath some more water. We're going to dump our cool water over it. And so that's going to start cooling off the air that's inside of there. And as that air cools, it does the opposite of what it does when it heats up. It contracts. It gets smaller. So it takes up less space. So now our bottle is squished by all of that air pressure around it. We lowered the pressure in here through our heating and cooling. So, tell you what, let's do another thing here. I want somebody, a brave volunteer here, to feel the weight of all of the air all around us.
Are you sure you want to call me?
Have you done this?
Yes, I have.
All right. You know, let's see. We'll let Lainey have it because you're already close. All right. So you know what to do. All right. So now, guys, please do not try this at home. This right here is made out of what?
Plastic.
Plastic. Can we breathe through plastic?
No.
No! Guys, I have done this 1,742 times. I've only sent like 63 volunteers to the hospital, so we're doing pretty good.
That's a pretty good rate.
It is pretty good. Yeah.
I feel like if I keep being bad, this is now targeted effect. That's what I do. I think the kid has been loud. I'm like, really bad.
All right. Now, lady, I'll have you stand right there, right in the center of the bag. Perfect. Don't fall over.
No problem.
All right. Now,
Bye, lady.
no problem. Everybody wave. Bye, ladies. We're not going to put it over your whole head.
You want to suffocate? You suffocate.
All right. Now, all joking aside, I don't like pulling chairs out from underneath people. So can you take a chair? I'll hold on to it for you. There you go. Now, you guys have already noticed, I'm sure, what is in this bag with Lainey? Air's in the bag with Lainey. So, that air. Advanced science rule number 2. So, this air that's in here with Lainey, it is pushing back against all this pressure all around us just as hard as this pressure all around us is pushing down towards Lainey, right? It's an equal amount of pressure, equalization, equilibrium. So we're going to get rid of all of the air that's inside of there, though, using our brand new vacuum. So, all right, and this when you get to do this part. So,
I'm too good for old vacuums.
this is a brand new vacuum. All right, so what we got to do with this, lady, I'm going to hand you this toes. You're gonna go over your shoulder and put your fingers kind of like this. Kind of want to have your fingers like, and then yeah, and then that way, like, you have like this pocket there where like there's space in there, and the air can go through, but you don't want the bag to go through.
You know?
Okay? Can you handle that?
Handle it.
All right. I like you for it. All right.
Thanks, Jason. We're all good.
All right. And now.
I'm weirdly getting nervous that I can't handle it. Oh no.
Then you
Is it gonna go again?
put that down on your knees.
See?
There you go. Can you make it?
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel? Feel okay? It's like you're getting a mad science haircut.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
All right. We're plugged in. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1.
Vacuum seal!
Full-grown elephants are sitting on you right now. Can you touch your nose?
No!
Guys, that was so much pressure. She couldn't even touch her nose. Now, I can leave her like this. Everybody give Lainey a big round of applause. All right, and you can stand up. There we go. Perfect.
I fall. I fall.
Good, good job. Thanks, Daisy. There you go. So now we saw that all that pressure was able to keep Lainey from touching her nose. Now, that was like 2 full-grown elephants that was sitting on Lainey just now, right? But if you go down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean, it's like 1,500 elephants sitting on you all at one time.
It's a lot of elephants.
That's a lot of elephants. But our 2 elephants here are down nothing. We would be so squished. Yeah. This is why we need to make sure that we're using a submarine to get to the bottom of the ocean. So we withstand all that pressure. And a submarine is usually in the shape of like a sphere or a cylinder to help withstand that pressure. No. Let's do something else. I need 2 more volunteers to help me out here. All right. How about Randy and Ryan? I have something for you to play in later. All right. All right. Randy, can you hold on to that side right there? And Ryan, can you hold on to this side right over here? This side? Right here on this handle. Sure. Perfect. All right. Now go ahead and pull those apart here. Pretty easy, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is something called a Magdeburg sphere. Y'all say Magdeburg sphere. Yeah, you put your hand up in the air like this. Give yourselves a huge pat on the back. That's something that some 8th graders couldn't say yesterday. So, no offense to any 8th graders in the room. All right. So now, mentally or physically. All right. So, what is inside of here right now? Air. Yay! Now, I have a vacuum pump here that we're going to use to get rid of all of that air inside of that. Now, while we're doing this, I want you guys to think about what was that number that was inside of that circle? Do you guys remember?
14.7.
14.7! Very good. Now, if we round that up, what would be the closest whole number? Math people? Oh, it's a plus! Ooh! I like that.
Think how many whales, just like how many blue whales at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Dude, I think somebody, it was a librarian that told me that. Actually.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like she said, or no, maybe it was like 9 jumbo jets or something like that. Worth of, I can't remember.
I want to turn it into a picture.
That's a good idea. I like that idea. I like that idea. Okay, so we have less air inside of this. Who thinks that Randy and Ryan are going to be able to pull these apart? Who doesn't think they're going to be able to pull them apart? Who hasn't? I know, right? Careful, you might actually be able to pull them apart. I have to keep. Look, this one leaks somewhere. So, all right, let's see. You're at it. 1, 2, 3, go for it! No! Wow. Okay. 91. Now, remember that number, 15. We round up to 15, right? That's probably, what, 20 square inches all over this thing? What's 20 times 15? Anybody do that kind of math?
3,000? Okay.
I could, but I'm not.
300! Way to go, guys! So that is a lot of pressure. That's a lot of force that we're going to need to pull that apart. So let's use our brain muscle now. And what did we, let's think about it. What did we take out of this?
Air.
So if we put more air back in that, can we get them apart?
Blowing it.
Ta-da! Guys, I'm going to give Randy and Ryan a huge round of applause. Thanks, guys. Randy, there's a chair over there if you want it.
There's a rubber ring in it. If it's not in there, it won't work.
Oh, yes. Yes, and be very careful. It does fall out easily, especially if the kids are able to tear it apart or tear the Magdeburg sphere apart. It falls out. So pick it back up, and then usually I can just kind of clean it off with a little bit of water on there, and it does kind of help to seal it too. If you can put like a little bit of water around it before you start, because then it like seals up really nice. So just FYI. So, all right. We've done a great job figuring out what we need to do and how to withstand the pressure. And we're all pretty knowledgeable now about the pressure of the deep, right? So now that we're doing that, let's like all go for a swim. Imagine that we're in the ocean. What? Yeah. So, okay, what are some things we might see now that we're underwater? Octopus! Turtles! Sharks! Coral! Piranha! You know, so we can see fish. So, let's go back to the fish thing. Nemo! So, Nemo here, he's obviously a fish, right? What do we call a group of fish, by the way? A school of fish! You all are actually a school of fish right now. Now, imagine we're swimming in our big school of fish here, right? And along comes a bigger fish, like a shark, that wants to eat us. I know, yes! Dude, that would be a great sound effect. Yes! What are we gonna do? We're gonna freak out and all go in different directions? Somebody's getting eaten. What if we work together and all move to really confuse our shark predator that's chasing us? So, let's try it. Let's see how confusing we can be. Alright, I need everybody to do this. I'll take Nemo. Alright, you know what? Alright, everybody put your hands up in the air like this. And, by the way, this looks really cool in a gym full of kids. It's kind of pretty. Alright, everybody start moving your fingers like this. There we go. Because our scales are really shiny. So this way it can kind of like glitter and distract all of the predators that might be trying to eat us. Okay, everybody, we're going to go in one direction now. And now we're going to go this way. Whoa. 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 Yeah. And you just keep going and like get crazy with it and like the kids. Alright, so now let's measure some of these things underwater here, right? We've done our fish thing. We've seen some fish. But what about like some other really large critters that might be underwater? Giant squids! Yes! What's something else that's really big? Whales! A killer whale!
Blue whale.
Oh, what?
Blue whale.
Blue whale!
Narwhal.
Narwhal! You know what?
Narwhal.
I do like narwhal. And there should be a cheat sheet in your thing here. In fact, I added whale shark because it's the largest fish in the ocean. It's also 33 feet. We Googled.
Everyone's just like in the middle there, so I was like,
When it's it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, and we just like normally kind of depends on the attention span of the kids. Like if they're just like crazy, then we'll like measure a narwhal or a great white shark and like a blue whale, right? But if they're like really into it, like a couple of them a couple weeks ago, they were just like really into it, so we like measured out a lot of these things. So yeah, start small and go bigger. And have a volunteer hold the other end of the tape measure. You can have other ones, like
33 feet being the longest one is the whale shark.
is the longest fish. Yeah. But you can also do like sharks. Yeah, the blue whale.
That's great. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And so it's weird, like, now is a whale shark, is it a whale or is it a fish? Is it a mammal or is it a fish? Does anybody have a guess? It's a fish. It's actually a type of shark. Isn't that a confusing name? You're like, yeah. So the longest one is going to be the blue whale. And so, yeah, start with like the narwhal or, like 15 feet long. And then what I do a lot of times is I'll have like Randy, you can be the first kid, right? Right? So let's pretend it's 15 feet here. Now, let's have somebody else come up and measure, but you stay right where you are. So then I'll have another kid, if the room's big enough, take the tape measure and go to the next thing. And then that way you can kind of compare the size of them all. And then, yeah. And then we'll also, like, a blue whale's not going to fit in most libraries. We measured our critters. Now, there's a whale that we talked about just a second ago. This humpback whale. Now, they do. They do. I didn't have any, so I can't attest for how good it is. Their muffins are amazing, though. Okay. So, our humpback whale here, they are amazing communicators. Exactly. Whale sounds. Hold on. Everybody stop. Do it again. This time put your hands right here. And feel your throat as you do it. Go for it. What are you feeling on your hand?
Vibration.
Yeah. When you're making your sounds, you're using your vocal cords. But our humpback whale here, first of all, can be heard over 1,000 miles away. Its sound can travel really, really long distances, but it doesn't even have vocal cords. Right? Isn't that mind blowing? Yeah. I don't know. Don't ask me how. I don't know. I don't know.
You need like a Wikipedia style like or something.
So they can get the sounds. But I'll tell you what. Let's make some vibrations ourselves here with a didgeridoo. I'm not gonna use the giant didgeridoo because it's not.
You don't want to put the feeling on?
Yeah, I don't. Alright. So now we are at a science show. And so rather than just making our air expand with like just a water bottle or something like that, how about some fire?
Yeah.
Alright. Now if we're gonna do it though, we need 3 things that fire needs in order to work. What's one thing that fire needs?
Oxygen.
It needs oxygen just like we do, right? So if we're at the bottom of the ocean, probably not gonna have fire, right?
Are you doing fun?
What else do we need? We have oxygen. What else?
Fuel.
Fuel. We're gonna use ethanol. And wood. It is. But we're gonna sub ethanol for our wood this time. All right. And what's the last thing we need? Okay, this is probably mixed up enough. So we're gonna do this. All right. We ready for the whale sound?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Whale. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
That's fun.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's get all the way down now to the bottom of the ocean. We're swimming around. What's something else we might find besides octopus? And oh wait, you know what? Before we get to that, I forgot. Fish, didn't we? Yes! It's what you put on your peanut butter sandwiches. Peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich.
Like jellyfish and soy gold as well.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we don't really want to eat a jellyfish, right?
No.
Because they have
That's
they have tentacles that sting and they can make us really, really sick. Like those tentacles, they can be crazy. So let's make a jellyfish float in the air. All right. How are we gonna do this? This might not work in here. Oh, let's try it. All right, Casey. You hold on that in. Go ahead and hold on to that in. Dave, you want to grab Gideon on that there? Perfect. All right. And now we're going to.
Denmark.
Remember earlier?
He's dead.
Oh no, he is dead. What are we gonna have to do? We're gonna have to give him some life. Maybe inflate him with some oxygen. How about we add some hot air. Now, remember earlier, when things get hot, what do? They expand, they become less dense, they expand, right? So we're going to get our bag to expand now. Oh, there we go. We're going to get all of that air in our bag to expand and take up more space because it's heating up. More space, becoming lighter, becoming less dense, which means that it's lighter than the air or the water all around us. It's going to what? It's going to float! Alright, are you guys ready? On the count of three, we're going to all let go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, look at it! Look at it go!
Went all the way up to the ceiling.
It went all the way up to the ceiling! Heads up! You spin it. I wonder if that would help stabilize it. Oh, maybe not. Alright. So back down to the ocean floor. Let's get back all the way down to the ocean floor now. Now, what's something else we might find down there? Something that might not be living.
Oh.
Ooh, a volcano. An underwater volcano. Should we make an underwater volcano?
Yeah.
Alright. We're not going to make this one like super explosive. But, you know, we did see our jellyfish float with that warm air rising, right? Let's use kind of that same idea here. So we're going to add some hot water to our actual volcano here. Alright. Oh, no, it's the heat.
You put blue in the water, and then it does that thing, right? Which of the kids is that has where you put blue in the water? Yeah, because I did that the other day.
Yeah. And that actually, if there's only like one of those tanks that we have,
Yeah.
so it's like,
But wouldn't it still work or something like that? Like if you put blue food coloring into the water, the red would still go through it
Yeah.
to the top.
yeah. In fact, we're gonna do it here with clear this time. But I like the idea of the blue and that. I don't like putting our food coloring in this.
The,
It ends up going into it, and I turn into a
yeah.
Smurf.
Oh, details.
I know. I mean, you can do it on. I think it does have a better effect.
No matter what.
All right, we're gonna let this one out. Let's make a hypothesis. That red one, yes, who thinks it's gonna explode? What direction do you think the hot water is gonna go? Do you think it's gonna go up? Do you think it's gonna go down? I have no idea what's happening right now.
Sorry. I always have kids, if it's going to go up, give a thumbs up. If you think it's going to go down,
Yeah.
Oh.
if it's going to stay the same, put your thumb to the side.
That's what I do too, yeah.
Nice.
Then every kid responds a little bit smaller response, but at the same time.
Okay. Perfect. No, I like it.
Presumably the water around it's cool.
It is. Yes, it is cool. It is heating up though. So we're equalizing our water. So now we're gonna let it go. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Volcano.
It looks like a volcano.
It's a volcano.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, have we had fun so far?
Yeah!
I have too. Now, we've done a great job exploring our way to the bottom of the ocean. But I tell you what, it's time to go back to the surface. And let's go back up to the surface of our ocean and sit on the boat, right? Everybody go to the surface with me. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. We have to go slow. It's going to take us the next 45 minutes. So, all right, we're going to go to the surface. We're sitting on the surface now. And, I'm going to take a deep breath. Oh, it feels good to have some fresh air. Whales, when they breathe, anybody ever see a whale come up to the surface of the ocean? What do? They sneeze and blow water out and blow. What, is it just water that they blow out? They blow water. I made some whale boogers this morning. Actually, harvesting whale boogers is like really hard to do. It's also probably illegal. So, I had to make my own here. So we have our whale snot here. And do what? Get some of this loaded up here. Yeah, of course. Here, you want some? You know, they used to freak kids out. Nowadays, they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to share this whale snot with just you. I'm going to share it with everybody. Are you guys ready for this? Put it in there, by the way. Okay. We're going to do this anyway. Like, I don't have confetti. Load the confetti in this beforehand. Well,
They did with water in the gym.
oh, that's a good idea.
Or it's the dinosaur sneeze.
Oh, I don't know that I've ever done it with water.
I mean,
That
that
makes
makes
sense
sense.
as well.
Yeah.
But you get in a library.
Ooh, good point. The confetti works great. And it's the last thing you do. And say, thanks for coming, everybody. And I hope you had fun today. Did everybody have a good time? Well, thank Mid-Continent Public Library for having Mad Science. Whomever, right? Yay! Okay, now, you guys, I'm going to spray this. We're going to have our dinosaur sneeze, our whale sneeze all over. Now, you guys, it's going to make a mess. I need you guys to promise you're going to help me clean it up, though. Okay? All right. And don't eat the whale snot. All right, here we go. You ready? 1. Should I actually do it?
Yeah, waste the cardboard.
I don't know that. You know what?
That's how it works.
You want to do it? Okay. I guess yeah. So, by the way, let's do talk about this one really fast. There are 2 different types of confetti cannons. Snot cannons, yes, and these. These right here have threads. It works great with these right here. I'm not sure.
The one you sent us was the smooth ones.
Okay. And actually, I think we only have like 2 or 3 of those. I think what you have in your kit was about all that we have left of those cartridges for right now.
Okay, I only have one.
But oh, you have one. Okay.
I just have one. The other 2 that you have were the threaded.
Oh, were they? Okay. Yeah. So just be aware of that. And they thread in. These ones, when you squeeze this, that's what punctures it, and it just lets it go. All right. All right. Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Everybody. Yay! Yeah, there wasn't any whale snot. What? How'd you turn the snot into paper? Magic, kid.
Which I can't tell you about. I'm not a magician.
Nice. The other one that you may have, it looks like this,
Yeah.
and it loads up in there.
You just stick it in
Yeah.
and then twist it on.
Well, double check because aren't there 2 sizes of cans for those?
Oh, really?
I think those things. The bigger one is sort of.
Yeah.
Because I've been at places where, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Be careful with this. This is stopped. This
Yeah,
is
it
go.
doesn't, because it punctures and twists it off.
Right, yeah. So it's not like this one where you squeeze the handle and that's what punctures it. This one, yeah, like Casey just said, put the cartridge in here, right? And then you twist it up, and then you can get it like right up to where you feel a little bit of pressure there. And then when you're ready to do the thing, then go ahead and give it a good twist. And that's going to puncture it. But go quick, because otherwise you get gases escaping and it freaks Mark Alford out and he throws it down and runs off. So anyway, it's loaded, right? So now to get it going, you just go.
How much confetti are you talking
They come in.
They're little cardboard
about?
things.
No, they're
Are they in there?
wrapped around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you took it out of the wrapping.
The wrapping around it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of take that piece off.
Yeah, and I kind of like take these out and kind of put them in because if you put it in too tight, it really doesn't do much, or it sends it all out at once. Yeah, if you put it in like this, it definitely just becomes a projectile.